In this video, you will be meeting people who work in water and wastewater careers. These are not actors. They are real people doing real jobs, and they will share their personal experiences with you.
I went to university and I had a math degree, and I wasn't sure at that time. I was thinking about getting into education, but there wasn't a lot of teaching jobs available.
In my 20s, I was a musician, a touring musician, and when I got married, I was less interested in touring. I began to feel that I wanted to have a solid, dependable career where I would be home every night.
I was taking a Bachelor of Arts degree, and after I finished that, I worked with the city throughout the summers, and I just happened to find a position at the wastewater plant.
So I wanted to be a teacher. So all the cutbacks, and I started looking more into teaching, and I realized it wasn't for me.
So I was looking for something more permanent, and then that job came up. And prior to that, I had schooling from SciAst. I had a diploma in chemical technology.
I came to Canada as a refugee. My wife's family were all murdered. When I was landing in Canada, we passed over the wastewater treatment plant. I told my wife, I'm going to work there. And I worked there.
Wastewater isn't as gross as it sounds, because really it's 99% water and 1% solids, and that's what people don't know. They get caught up on the solids.
Most people that walk through say, I never thought about what happened to water after it goes down the drain, after you flush the toilet, or it goes down the sink.
People open their taps, but they think, oh, it's magic. But it's not magic. It's a lot of people doing a lot of work to make it be that magic.
When it comes in, it gets screened for any large debris. Flows are monitored. It is pumped into a basin where there's a biological treatment. The bacteria consume any suspended matter within the wastewater. Then it is separated and discharged to the ultraviolet disinfection system. From there, it's discharged to the receiving water.
We have our meeting, and then we go out into the plant and we do a round. So we're checking equipment, checking levels, checking the computer, and that usually takes a couple hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours to walk through whatever section we're in. At the end of the day, we do the same thing. We do a round and check everything out. And through most of the day, a lot of times it's kind of troubleshooting and just keeping an eye on really babysitting the plant to make sure that everything is running smoothly.
I go to work. I do one round. I normally have to take numbers, sometimes samples, chlorine or any other MLSs, any type of samples. Then, a round can take about from 30 minutes to 2 hours. And you might think, well, why? Because sometimes you go and you can find a problem. And then you have to solve it.
There's so many things that happen that and they're always so different.
I mean, it's a fun job. It's so dynamic. You're always working, doing different things. Some days are really, really slow, so you go and do preventive maintenance. You go and check and stuff that needs to be checked. Some other days are really busy.
Each day is something different, changing all the time. I get to be outside a lot.
You're constantly learning. It's pretty much like a doctor, You never stop studying, really.
You can learn some of the wastewater industry through schooling, but you can only learn the plant by actually working there.
In order to work in the industry, you need to have an understanding of mathematics, and you need to be able to think quickly.
It's the frontline, day-to-day, truly worthwhile work of preserving the water side of our environment.
Our ultimate goal is to protect our environment and to produce an effluent that is of quality to downstream water users.
Really proud of that water leaving the plant and the good it is doing for not only myself, but the community and other forms of life.
I pride myself in being able to create a effluent that downstream users will be able to use as drinking water. So wastewater treatment in that aspect is very important.
The consequences of not doing it are very serious on public health, but also on the environment.
What it makes it really special, and that's why I took this career, is for the environment.
Like, I enjoy coming into work every day and knowing that I'm helping make a difference in this environment and in this world.
You know inside that you're an essential part of this community, as essential as police or many other people.
I also enjoy seeing that water come in so dirty, and then when it leaves, it's crystal clear, and that makes me feel pretty good about my job.
You're doing a great job for the environment. You're helping the community. It's a fun job. It's dynamic. And the learning opportunities are like incredible. I mean, you can just keep going.
One thing I've never worried about with my job is whether it's going to be there next week or next year. It's always there. The plants always need people.
I believe that working in a wastewater treatment plant can be a very stable job, dependable job.
Wastewater treatment allowed me the opportunity to create stability in my life, and just having that stability there for my family.
So flexible that you can even go and do and help other people in other countries, as I'm doing. And it's not that hard to do that. I still do relief work, but the city still gives me the time to go and do what I like to do. And all what I learn here, I'm able to use it helping other people.
It's kind of opened my eyes to be more aware of my water and where it comes from, and to use it wisely.
There's been a lot of senior operators moving up at the plants, so we've lost a lot of people that way. We've lost a few people due to retirements, and we are going to be losing more people down the road.
This is a good area for newcomers, because there's also a lot of people out there, in other countries, or newcomers that come with a lot of experience in water and wastewater treatment.
This is definitely a job you should look at.
It's wonderful. Money's great, and the job is fun. So,
If you think that you'd like to be a water and wastewater professional and you want to know more, then check out the online Career Center at the web listed at the end of this segment.